Alright, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite YouTuber and vlogger. Right, what it is in this video, it's a bit of a cry for help, and I need some advice and opinions, if you could be so good as to give me some. Right, what it is, before I get into this, by the way, I am hungover, right? It is, what was it, Saturday yesterday. Went out Saturday afternoon to some German festival with one of my mates, Jorinda. Anyway, me and her end up getting like really drunk in town, and then on my way home, like an idiot, because I was already drunk, I end up phoning up my mate Uchi, and then end up stopping off at the off licence on the way back home. Picked up a load of beer, went round to Uchi's house, and didn't leave his till 6:30 in the morning this morning. I've basically been in bed all day. It's about 8 o'clock now in the evening. Hopefully I've still got enough light to do this vlog. But yes, I'm basically still hungover after a big long period of drinking loads of alcohol. So to the point of this video then, I might cry for help, for advice and whatnot. Right, what it is, I have got about 12 video cameras. Amongst them, I think there's 6 or 7 action cams, which consist of, like, you know, some DJI stuff. But I've also got 3 GoPros, so I've got the 8, the 9 and the 11. So basically I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, all of these cameras, it's just stupid and completely unnecessary. I mean, the thing is, if I was constantly reviewing like all the different cameras, maybe testing them against one another and all that type of stuff, then yeah, maybe it's justified to keep those things. But as I've explained before, and there will have been an update video done around the time of this video explaining, for this channel I'm not trying to be, you know, some kind of whizzy like audio video channel. I'm just treating this channel as like it is what it is. Now because of that, I most certainly do not need all of those cameras. So I've basically got me fixed camera for like my YouTube studio, as it were, and then I've also got a camera which I can use for my overhead shots and also bring outdoors and stuff. So they're both Sony cameras. But for doing the vloggy stuff outdoors like this, I definitely much prefer using an action cam for doing this type of stuff. And that there is the start of my problems, because I've obviously got, I think, 6, maybe even 7 action cameras. There's a couple of action cameras that I've never used, just because they're pure garbage and stuff. But you know, all the action cams that I would kind of gravitate to, like the GoPros and the DJIs, they're all good in certain ways. However, I'm going to get rid of all of them except for one, and then keep the one. Now here's the thing, immediately I had it in my head that that would be the Hero 11. Keep the Hero 11 with the kit that I've built up for it, microphone, like certain type of cage for it, all that type of stuff. However, I went out the other day and did a vlog with Ian Craig, who like, that was like the first time that I've met Ian proper in the real world. And me and Ian, although we didn't actually do that much vlogging, because we were just talking and talking like a pair of old women and stuff for like 2 days solid, but basically the stuff that I did manage to capture with me and Ian, I did it with this, which is me Hero 8. Now I would have took the Hero 11 out with me to have done this, but my friend Threlly has gone over to Japan, and he's been there for like the last week or so, and he's there for like the next week and stuff like that. So he's took his new Lumix camera, what is it, the thing, Yo 5 Mark II, whatever it is. But he needed something like quick and simple for doing like quick kind of like, you know, walk around vloggy type things. So I lent him a Hero 11. Now in lending him my Hero 11, I also gave him a bunch of batteries to take, but they included the batteries off me Hero 9, because obviously the 9 and the 11 take the same size batteries. So basically it meant that I couldn't use me 9 to do the stuff the other day with Ian, because obviously batteries with the 11 with Trelly in Japan. So what it meant obviously was that I was going to have to use me 8. Now I say obviously it's not like my DJI options are bad cameras, but you know, when push comes to shove, and it doesn't matter how much I get annoyed with every single GoPro camera, For me personally, they are just simply the best cameras of their type. I would go so far as to say they are definitely the best action cameras, but I also think that they're the best vlogging cameras when you need to use, you know, a real small camera for a vlogging setup. So that brings me back to this setup that I'm using here, which is my Hero 8 setup, which is what I had out with Ian the other day. Oh, by the way, there'll be a link somewhere here in the description or at the end of the video taking you to that vlog that I've done with Ian, and you can see just how good this setup was on that particular vlog. So here's my problem. I have always really liked the Hero 8. Yes, it still has a couple of problems here and there and whatever, just as all the GoPros do, but on balance I think it's a really awesome camera. Now let me just run over actually the setup here. So it's the Hero 8, and I've got one of these Ulanzi cases, and this particular case is the one which allows you to put the 3.5 inch, like, you know, microphone adapter thing in, the GoPro one. So you slide that in there, plug that then into the camera. I've got another Ulanzi thing, which is a grip, like a small tripod thing, and then on the top, obviously to finish things off, one of the best microphones you can possibly buy, which happens to be the VideoMic GO II. Now, although I have had a lot of problems with the last few microphones that Rode have released, including obviously this mic as well, those problems being like distortion with other cameras and stuff and things like that, these microphones actually work really well with the GoPro. For whatever reason, that loudness on the output from the microphones, which will distort other cameras, so like a ZV-1 and some of the Sony cameras, doesn't do it on the GoPro's mic input here. So it basically lines up really well to a setup for vlogging with the Hero cameras. And so too my dilemma, and that is, do I really need to keep hold of the Hero 11 and the Hero 9, or should I just go straight back to the 8? Now the thing is, yes, the Hero 11 is better in a number of ways. However, for some weird reason, I just find that the Hero 8 is a little bit more stable and less problematic in use as well. So those are kind of like two big things with the GoPro, because obviously loads of people have loads of problems with GoPros. Now, as soon as you have a GoPro, whether it's even the same model that somebody else might be having problems with, but you just don't with yours, you're kind of best off sticking with that GoPro and then don't bother upgrading the firmware or anything if it's doing what it should do for you. And that's exactly what the 8 is. It's the camera by GoPro that does what I want it to do. So given the fact that this Hero 8 is my GoPro camera, that gives me the least amount of hassle. And indeed, when I say least amount of hassle, I couldn't really say it's problematic in any way, to be honest. But obviously, yes, you know, I still have problems with the 9 and the 11. You know, successive firmware upgrades on both of those cameras have been problematic as well. Some things, some of the firmware updates actually introduced newer issues where, like, maybe they might have sorted something out but introduced something else. Now, I can't remember, like, when was the last time I upgraded or updated the firmware for this 8, but this has been on its firmware for maybe a couple of years now, and yeah, it still seems to be solid, and it does, for the best part, all the stuff that I need it to do. So my question to you wonderful people out there in a YouTube world, actually I say you, all you wonderful people out there in YouTube world, unfortunately you are not all wonderful. There are some complete boneheads out there who watch videos, and complete boneheads who watch some of my videos as well. However, for those of you who are not boneheads out there, and you guys will know who you are because you will clearly know that you're not a bonehead, let me know what you think of like how this has looked and sounded, and also, would you have known that this was a Hero 8 unless I had have told you that it was? If I'd have just come straight out and gone, yeah, I'm just out doing a bit of a vlog today with me Hero 11, testing out a new little setup with a different microphone on it, if I'd have started off the video like that, would you actually have questioned this being a Hero 11? And would I have gotten away with blagging you into saying it was a Hero 11 when indeed it is only an 8? Anyways, let me know then in the comment section what you have thought. You know, what's this like as a basic vlogging setup? Do I need to use anything else other than this as far as GoPros are concerned, you know, for my little small vlogging setup? Now, the thing is, I think in all fairness, what I will do though, I'll wait until Threlly comes back from Japan, and I will do like one more test, I think, with the Hero 11. I might even do a side-by-side between the 11 and the 8, just to get, like, you know, me last thoughts before I make, you know, the commitment to getting rid of everything and then just settling on, like, you know, one small camera for me, like outdoor vloggy thing for doing this type of stuff. But definitely the 9 is going to go, so I'll either be staying with this 8 or possibly the 11. But nonetheless, just let me know anyway what you've thought about how this has looked and sounded and all that stuff, and I will definitely do this comparison with the 11 just before I make that final commitment to slaughtering and killing a whole bunch of like defenseless action cams, and, you know, for the sake of keeping just one. Anyways, I'm gonna get off now because I've done really well in this video not to swear. Been trying not to swear. I've done a few videos recently where I've just kept on swearing in the videos, and I just thought for this one, let me try and do it without swearing. So I'm going to get off before my luck runs out. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.